You know what fascinates me the most about success? It's not the mansions, the cars, or the accolades. It's how successful people carry themselves long before they achieve anything significant. There's something remarkably different about their walk, their talk, their very presence, even when they're still climbing their way up. Let me tell you something that might shake you up a bit. Success isn't an event. It's not some magical moment when suddenly everything falls into place. Success is who you become. And here's the kicker. You don't become successful when you achieve your goals. You achieve your goals when you become successful in your mind, your habits, and your daily actions. Think about the last time you walked into a room. How did you carry yourself? Did you skulk in hoping nobody would notice you? Did you shuffle your feet, eyes down, shoulders slumped? Or did you walk in like you owned the place? Not with arrogance, mind you, but with that quiet confidence that turns heads. You see, most people have it backwards. They think, when I make it big, then I'll act successful. When I have the money, then I'll dress better. When I achieve my goals, then I'll walk tall. But that's like saying, I'll start being a good parent after my kids grow up. It doesn't work that way, does it? I've watched thousands of people over the years, studied their behaviors, their patterns. The ones who really make it, they're different. They don't wait for success to come to start acting successful. They act successful to attract success. It's a subtle but crucial difference. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how a truly confident person enters a business meeting? They're not the loudest in the room. They're not trying to prove anything. But there's something about them, a certainty in their movements, a clarity in their speech, an attention to detail in their preparation. They act like they belong there, even if it's their first day on the job. This isn't about fake it till you make it. No, this is much deeper. This is about embodying success before it materializes. It's about understanding that success is not something you chase. It's something you attract by the person you become. Think about your morning routine. Successful people don't wait until they're successful to develop successful habits. They develop successful habits to become successful. They wake up early not because they have to, but because they choose to. They read voraciously not because someone's forcing them, but because they understand that knowledge, applied correctly, is power. Here's a truth that might be hard to swallow. Right now, your actions are painting a picture of your future. Every single day, you're either acting in alignment with success or you're acting in alignment with mediocrity. There's no middle ground. When was the last time you did something that scared you? When was the last time you dressed a level up from what was expected? When was the last time you prepared more than was necessary? These aren't just actions. They're statements to yourself and to the universe about who you are and what you deserve. Your success leaves clues, and one of the biggest clues is successful people act successful long before their bank accounts show it. They understand that success is not about having things, it's about being disciplined, being prepared, being excellent in everything they do. Let me share something with you that changed my perspective forever. I used to think success was about reaching a destination, but I was wrong. Success is about becoming the kind of person who could reach that destination. And that journey of becoming, that's where the real magic happens. Look at your phone right now. What apps do you have on your home screen? Are they tools for growth and productivity, or are they distractions? Look at your calendar. Does it reflect the schedule of someone committed to success or someone waiting for success to happen to them? These might seem like small things, but they're not. They're indicators. They show whether you're acting like the person you want to become or just hoping to become that person someday. I've seen people transform their lives not by making huge, dramatic changes, but by slowly, deliberately starting to act in alignment with their desired future. They start speaking differently. Instead of I hope or I'll try, they say I will and I am. They start dressing differently. Not to impress others, but to align their outer appearance with their inner vision of themselves. But here's where most people get it wrong. They think acting successful means buying expensive things they can't afford or pretending to be something they're not. That's not what this is about. This is about adopting the behaviors, the mindset, and the standards of success. Success is like a shadow. You can't chase it. The harder you chase it, the faster it runs away from you. But start embodying success in your actions, your thoughts, your standards, and watch how it starts chasing you. Ask yourselves, if you were already successful, how would you handle conflict? How would you treat people? How would you manage your time? How would you take care of your health? Start doing those things now. Don't wait. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. Are you being successful in how you make your bed in the morning? Are you being successful in how you respond to emails? Are you being successful in how you listen when others speak? These aren't small things. These are the building blocks of success. Every action either reinforces your commitment to success or reinforces your acceptance of mediocrity. You know what's truly fascinating? The greatest gap in life isn't between rich and poor. It's between who we are and who we could be. And that gap, it's filled with excuses, with some days, with if-onlys. But successful people, they don't live in that gap. They bridge it every single day. Let me tell you something. That might make you uncomfortable. Your current situation, whatever it is perfectly designed to produce exactly the results you're getting. Every habit, every decision, every action you take, it's all creating your reality right now. The question is, are your actions aligned with where you want to go, or are they keeping you exactly where you are? Have you ever watched someone who's truly masterful at their craft? A musician, a surgeon, an athlete? They don't just practice when they have a performance or a game. They practice like they're already at the top of their field. They maintain standards that go far beyond what's required. Why? Because they understand that excellence isn't an act, it's a habit. Here's a truth that might sting a bit. Most people are not failing because they aim too high and miss. They're failing because they aim too low and hit. They're failing because they've accepted good enough as their standard. But let me ask you this. When did good enough ever create anything extraordinary? Success leaves fingerprints everywhere. It's in how you organize your desk. It's in how you respond to a crisis. It's in how you treat the person who can do absolutely nothing for you. These aren't just actions. They're declarations to the universe about who you are and what you stand for. Think about the clothes hanging in your closet right now. Are they the clothes of someone who's going somewhere important or someone who's just getting by? Think about the books on your shelf. Are they feeding your future or just collecting dust? These aren't just possessions. They're reflections of your standards. Let me share something powerful with you. Every time you say yes to something mediocre, you're saying no to something extraordinary. Every time you accept less than your best, you're training yourself to be less than your best. Is that really the training program you want to be on? Success isn't just about what you do. It's about how you do it. It's about the energy you bring to every situation. When you walk into a room, do you bring energy or do you take it? When you join a conversation, do you elevate it or diminish it? These aren't just social skills. They're success skills. Here's where most people get stuck. They want the benefits of success without the burden of responsibility. They want the rewards without the risks. They want the victory without the battle. But success doesn't work that way. Success is attracted to responsibility. It's attracted to those who step up before they're asked, who solve problems before they become crises. Think about your language for a moment. Are you speaking the language of success or the language of excuses? Successful people don't say, "I can't afford it." They ask, "How can I afford it?" They don't say, "That's impossible." They ask, "What would make this possible?" It's a subtle shift, but it changes everything. Your bank account, your relationships, your health, they're all responding to how you act right now. Not to how you plan to act someday, not to how you hope to act eventually, but to how you're acting right this moment. Are your actions sending the message that you're ready for more? Let me tell you something about standards. They're not what you say they are. They're what you accept. If you accept mediocre work from yourself, that's your standard. If you accept disorganization in your environment, that's your standard. If you accept relationships that drain you rather than fuel you, that's your standard. But here's the beautiful thing about standards. You can raise them at any moment. You don't need permission. You don't need to wait for the perfect time. You can decide right now that from this moment forward, you'll act in alignment with your highest vision for yourself. Have you ever noticed how successful people handle setbacks? They don't fall apart. They don't blame others. They don't make excuses. They step back, they learn, they adjust, and they keep moving forward. They act like temporary defeat is just that, temporary. Your current actions are like seeds you're planting in the garden of your future. Every time you procrastinate, every time you cut corners, every time you choose comfort over growth, you're planting seeds of mediocrity. But every time you push through resistance, every time you do more than what's expected, every time you choose growth over comfort, you're planting seeds of success. Success isn't something you pursue. It's something you attract by the person you become. And becoming happens through daily actions, daily choices, daily habits. It's not about occasional bursts of excellence. It's about consistent, deliberate actions aligned with who you want to become. Look at your phone again. Look at how you respond to messages. Are you responding like someone who values their time and the time of others? Look at your workspace. Is it organized like someone who has important work to do, or does it look like success is the last thing on your mind? The fascinating thing about success is that it's predictable, not easy, but predictable. When you consistently act in alignment with success, when you consistently maintain high standards, when you consistently deliver more than expected, when you consistently invest in your growth, the success becomes not just possible, but inevitable. Let me share something that might revolutionize how you think about success. Every single person who's achieved anything significant has one thing in common. They started acting like a success long before success showed up at their door. But here's what's really interesting. They didn't just act successful in the big moments. They acted successful in the tiny moments that nobody else saw. You see, everyone wants to know the secret to success. They're looking for that one big breakthrough, that one magical moment that changes everything. But success isn't created in moments. It's created in the disciplines you practice when no one's watching. Think about how you handle your commitments. When you say you'll do something, do you do it no matter what? Or do you do it only if it's convenient? When you set a goal, do you pursue it with everything you've got? Or do you pursue it only when you feel motivated? These aren't just questions. They're mirrors reflecting your relationship with success. Let me tell you something about successful people that most folks miss. They don't just work harder. They work differently. They understand that success isn't just about what you do. It's about who you become in the process. They know that every action they take is either moving them towards success or away from it. There's no neutral ground. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to attract opportunities? It's not luck. It's not coincidence. It's because they've developed a success-conscious way of being. They show up differently. They think differently. They act differently. And most importantly, they respond differently to challenges. Look at your reactions to setbacks. When things don't go as planned, do you respond like someone who's destined for success? Or do you respond like someone who's destined to remain exactly where they are? Success isn't about never failing. It's about how you handle failure when it comes. Here's a truth that might shake you. Your current results are perfect. They're exactly what your current actions deserve. If you want different results, you need different actions. Not just different actions when you feel like it, but different actions consistently, persistently, relentlessly. Think about your morning routine again. Is it the morning routine of someone who's serious about success? Is it the morning routine of someone who's committed to growth? Or is it the morning routine of someone who's just trying to get by? Your morning routine isn't just about starting your day. It's about setting the tone for who you're becoming. Success leaves evidence everywhere. It's in how you keep your promises to yourself. It's in how you manage your energy. It's in how you invest your time. These aren't just habits. They're statements about your relationship with success. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you did something that stretched you? When was the last time you deliberately put yourself in a situation where you might fail? Success isn't comfortable. It requires you to consistently do things that make you uncomfortable. Most people want to feel successful before they act successful, but that's backwards. You have to act successful first. You have to maintain successful standards first. You have to think successful thoughts first. The feelings will follow the actions, not the other way around. Your environment is constantly speaking to you about your standards. Look at your car right now. Is it organized like someone who values excellence, or is it cluttered like someone who accepts whatever comes? Look at your workspace again. Does it reflect the standards of someone who's going somewhere important? Here's something profound about success. It's attracted to clarity. When you're clear about who you are, what you want, and what you're willing to do to get it, success starts moving toward you. But clarity isn't just about knowing. It's about showing. It's about demonstrating through your actions that you're serious about success. Think about the successful people you admire. They didn't wait until they felt ready. They didn't wait until everything was perfect. They started acting successful right where they were with what they had. They understood that success isn't about resources. It's about resourcefulness. Your daily actions are like votes for the kind of person you're becoming. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you're voting for success. Every time you do more than what's expected, you're voting for success. Every time you choose growth over comfort, you're voting for success. But here's the catch. You're also voting when you break promises to yourself. You're voting when you do less than your best. You're voting when you choose comfort over growth. And at the end of each day, week, month, and year, these votes add up to create your reality. Success isn't something that happens to you. It's something that happens through you, through your choices, through your standards, through your actions. Every moment of every day, you're either acting in alignment with success or you're acting in alignment with mediocrity. Let me share something powerful with you about standards. Your standards aren't what you say they are. They're revealed by what you tolerate. If you tolerate mediocrity in your work, those are your standards. If you tolerate toxic relationships, those are your standards. If you tolerate a lack of discipline in your life, those are your standards. But here's the beautiful thing about standards. You can raise them instantly. You don't need anyone's permission. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. You can decide right now that from this moment forward, you'll hold yourself to higher standards in everything you do. There's something remarkable that happens when you start acting like you're already successful. Your mind begins to shift. Your energy changes. The way people respond to you transforms. But most importantly, the way you respond to life's challenges completely revolutionizes. Let me ask you something that might make you think deeply. What would the successful version of you do right now? Not tomorrow, not next week, not when conditions are perfect, but right now. Would they be scrolling mindlessly through social media? Would they be making excuses? Would they be waiting for motivation to strike? Success isn't just a destination. It's a way of being. It's how you handle the small moments that seem insignificant. It's how you respond to emails. It's how you treat people who can't do anything for you. It's the standard you maintain when nobody's watching. Here's a truth that most people never grasp. Your current actions are creating your future reality. Every single action you take is like a brick in the building of your future. Some people are building mansions brick by brick, while others are building prisons of mediocrity. And they're doing it one small action at a time. Think about your relationships for a moment. Are you treating them with the care and attention that a successful person would? Are you bringing value to every interaction? Are you being the kind of person others want to be around? Success isn't just about what you achieve. It's about who you become in the process. Let me share something profound with you about preparation. Successful people don't just prepare for opportunities. They prepare so well that opportunities come looking for them. They understand that success is when preparation meets opportunity. But here's the key. They prepare like they're already successful, not like they're hoping to become successful. Your habits are not just routines. They're predictions of your future. Every habit you maintain is either supporting your success or supporting your mediocrity. There's no middle ground. When you look at your habits right now, what future are they predicting for you? Success leaves evidence in every area of your life. It shows up in how you manage your time. It shows up in how you handle stress. It shows up in how you respond to criticism. These aren't just behaviors. They're indicators of your relationship with success. There isn't about challenge your thinking. Success isn't about doing extraordinary things. It's about doing ordinary things extraordinarily well. It's about bringing excellence to everything you touch, no matter how small or insignificant it might seem. Think about your decisions for a moment. Are you making decisions like someone who's already successful, or are you making decisions like someone who's waiting to become successful? Successful people make decisions based on where they want to be, not where they currently are. Let me tell you something about standards. That might shift your perspective. Your standards aren't just about you. They're about everyone around you. When you raise your standards, you unconsciously give permission for others to raise theirs too. When you accept excellence from yourself, you begin to attract excellence from others. Most people are waiting for success to come to them, but success is attracted to those who are already acting successful. It's attracted to those who maintain high standards even when it's difficult. It's attracted to those who bring their best to every situation, not just the important ones. Your environment is a reflection of your standards. Look at your car again. Look at your home. Look at your workspace. Are these the environments of someone who's serious about success? Are they organized with purpose, or are they just spaces where you exist? There's something powerful about success. It's not about what you do occasionally. It's about what you do consistently. It's not about being excellent once in a while. It's about maintaining excellence as your standard, even when nobody's watching, even when you don't feel like it. Think about how you handle problems. Do you approach them like someone who's already successful, or do you approach them like someone who's overwhelmed by life? Successful people don't have fewer problems. They just handle them differently. They see problems as opportunities to grow, not obstacles to avoid. Your daily choices are like compound interest for your future. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, every time you choose growth over comfort, every time you choose excellence over mediocrity, you're investing in your future success. But here's the thing about choices. They don't just affect your actions. They affect your identity. Every choice you make is either reinforcing your identity as someone who's successful, or it's reinforcing your identity as someone who's just getting by. Success isn't something you chase. It's something you attract by developing yourself into the person who could handle it. Are you developing yourself every day? Are you reading, learning, growing? Are you challenging yourself to be better today than you were yesterday? Let me share something about responsibility that might change how you view success. Successful people take responsibility for everything in their lives, not just the good stuff, but everything. They understand that while they might not be responsible for everything that happens to them, they're responsible for how they respond to everything that happens. Let me share something that might forever change how you view your journey to success. The gap between where you are and where you want to be isn't filled with tactics, strategies, or even knowledge. It's filled with your daily actions, your moment-by-moment choices, and most importantly, your standards for yourself. You see, every day, life presents us with thousands of moments. These moments might seem small and insignificant. How you respond to a setback, how you treat someone who can't help you, how you handle a minor inconvenience. But these moments aren't just events in your day. They're opportunities to act like the successful person you're becoming. Think about the last decision you made. Did you make it from who you are now, or did you make it from who you're becoming? This isn't just philosophical, it's practical. Successful people make decisions based on their future identity, not their current circumstances. Here's something that might shake you to your core. Everything in your life right now, your relationships, your health, your finances, your achievements, is a direct result of how you've been acting. Not how you've been thinking, not how you've been planning, but how you've been acting. Most people are waiting for success to change them. They think, when I become successful, then I'll be more disciplined, then I'll be more organized, then I'll treat people better. But that's backward thinking. Success doesn't change you. You change. and then success is attracted to the new you. Let me ask you something profound. If success was guaranteed, what would you do differently right now? How would you carry yourself? How would you speak? How would you treat your time? Now here's the million-dollar question. Why aren't you doing those things already? Your current actions are like a magnet, attracting your future to you. Every time you procrastinate, every time you make excuses, every time you accept less than your best, you're magnetizing mediocrity. But every time you push through resistance, every time you maintain high standards, every time you do more than expected, you're magnetizing success. Success isn't a secret, it's a system. It's a system of daily actions, daily choices, daily habits that either move you toward excellence or keep you stuck in mediocrity. The system doesn't care about your intentions. It doesn't care about your potential. It only responds to your actions. Think about your conversations. Are they the conversations of someone who's already successful? Are you speaking the language of responsibility or the language of blame? Are you focusing on solutions or dwelling on problems? Your words aren't just communication. They're creation. Here's something powerful about standards. They're contagious. When you raise your standards, you unconsciously challenge others to raise theirs. When you accept nothing less than excellence from yourself, you inspire excellence in others. Your standards don't just change you. They change everyone around you. Most people are playing not to lose instead of playing to win. They're focused on avoiding failure instead of pursuing success.
Within you